big balls.
Yeah, big balls. You know, one little mistake like that can ruin a reading experience.
Today, I'm meeting Annie Mac. We're in northwest London at Tiverton Green.
Look at this! Good morning.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Lovely to meet you.
And you, in real life. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Welcome to my local park. This is the beautiful mecca of northwest London, otherwise known as Dog Poo Park.
Right.
Because this is where people bring their dogs for walks.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time here. And I don't even have a dog.
Huh. Well, it's nice that the blossom's out today as well.
Well, you know, it's spring equinox today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that means it's the first day of spring, officially.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have more of a spring in my step, I guess, today, you know. That's the weapon of choice for today.
Ooh. It's my favourite colour too. How do you know that?
Pardon?
This is my favourite colour.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that you go, woo!
You're already doing tail whips.
Well,
that's
no,
great.
I never knew that was called that.
Whilst Annie was getting set up, I decided to warm up some of my scooting muscles.
Oh no!
You okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm right.
Oh, mate.
What happened? I missed it.
Well, all I was trying to do there was, like, kind of in cars, you take like the racing line sometimes, so
Yeah.
kind of go outside and then you kind of cut into the apex. But
Right.
yeah,
Francis, it's dangerous out there. When you suggested going to a park, I was thinking,
Yeah.
God, we should go to some of the nice big ones. But this is the one I spend the most time at.
yeah.
This is it. This is real life.
Once she let me go down from the top of Roundwood Park Hill to the bottom.
Oh my God, that hill is so steep.
And when I came to the bottom, I got the speed wobbles and I crashed.
No.
I had a dream I was up in the Wendy house and there was like a skeleton that was driving a Class 66.
Oh my God, that's so cool that you can remember that, you know?
Well, I'd just like to say, like, I'm not very sort of experienced in sort of holding kind of interviewee chats or hosting chats.
Right.
And with each of these sort of episodes, I hope to like learn a bit about kind of sort of from those who have sort of experience.
Sure.
Sort of, for example, with you on the radio. So you might have noticed my mind just went blank then, just earlier.
Yeah.
How would you sort of deal with a moment like that, for example, on the radio?
Being on the radio, you just need to be good at any sort of talk,
Yeah.
even the mindless small talk, because that's essentially the very base level of your job is filling silence.
Yeah.
Like what they call dead air in the industry. So dark, dead air. But what they call dead air is like your worst nightmare. So you kind of grow to fear that to the point where you would do anything to fill it. So it just wouldn't happen on the radio. If it did, what you would do is you just press play on the song. The songs are always there to save you in any sense, in any panicky situation. If you can't think of what to say, or if something breaks, or if someone's being a dickhead in an interview or whatever, you just go, we're going to play some music, and music always saves the day.
So I suppose in my sort of future episodes, perhaps I could just carry like a speaker, and if I forget what I'm going to say, just press play and
Francis.
move on.
Yes.
But actually, on that topic,
Yeah.
I have quite a large speaper and like a DJ iPad.
What?
And
Really?
Yeah. And I thought maybe we could have a bit of a moment just to loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
And,
So what, we're going to have our own rave. We're going to do a pop-up rave in Dog Poo Park.
Now I would say, as we're going downhill, just be a bit cautious of speed and slippery.
Oh God. Look at this. There's a mic as well. Are we
Yeah.
doing shout outs? 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2.
goes quite loud as well.
Hello? Hello! Do you want me to?
Yeah, I think if you could kick off with that one.
Right.
It's like a... Nice.
Okay, we're in the mix. This one's called... I mean, I don't know any of these songs, Francis. Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Bit tropical.
Woo!
And it has a bass boost.
Oh yeah, look.
Francis, what's your go-to dance move? Like your signature dance move?
Right. I'll do it on the beat.
Is that it?
Wait.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes!
But it was that bit.
It's that. It's kind of a bit of a Michael Jackson. Yeah.
And then you can do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Sorry. Hi guys. Are you jealous? Yep.
You put on your favorite one.
That's good. That's a bit Irish dancing.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I learned this a bit in school, but... Oh no, look at my training.
No.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I really enjoyed that.
I think my parents are going to be pretty chuffed that I've just done a DJ set with Annie Macmanus.
Yeah. Good. Good.
What was it like for you starting out as a DJ?
I mean, I was just terrified.
Really?
I found it so scary, yeah, because when I started out, I was using vinyl,
Yeah.
and I was just so scared of getting it wrong, and that all the people who were coming to see me were just kind of, in my head, I imagined they were just like waiting for me to make a mistake. You know,
Really?
I was scared that they were just going to be like, you can't do this, because there wasn't that many girls in the scene, very few. So I felt like I had to prove a point.
Yeah.
And I used to write my whole set out in advance on a piece of paper
Yeah.
and practice it all like to a T.
Wow.
And then kind of get on stage. And it's the most un-rock and roll thing, and just like unfold my paper and be like, hi guys, don't mind me. Put it down and then just kind of do my thing and like just check that I'm doing it. So that made me feel better at the beginning, less
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
And then over time, like with anything, with practice, you just get a bit more confident, and you realise that if you mess up a mix, it's not the end of the world.
And with your before midnight nights, what sort of kind of stylistic stuff and lighting did you have an idea of what you wanted to do with that?
Yeah, I wanted it to be really analog.
Yeah.
And like, so we're doing it in this club in town. That's like the first purpose-built nightclub in London in years, right? And that, because nightclubs are kind of dying a bit, which is very sad in my opinion. But this club is like purpose-built to be a nightclub, and it's got something like the most fancy, what do you call it, LED screen.
Yeah.
It's got like a millions pound worth of LED screen. And I was like, I just don't want it. All I want is a giant disco ball and the crowd, and the lights all on the crowd. I don't want me to be on the stage. I hate that, because I hate the performative aspect of DJing. That makes me nervous. So I want me on the floor with them, and I want the disco ball, and I want the crowd, the lights to be on the crowd, and for it to be about the crowd and each other and connection with each other, as opposed to everyone staring at a DJ with a phone in their hand. That's the bit I hate.
Yeah.
I sound like an old codger when I say that.
No,
don't I?
I totally agree with you. One of my favourite gigs I've ever been to was Aphex Twin with my dad in Printworks.
Wow.
And my dad basically brought me up on Aphex Twin when I was a little boy.
Wow, look at you. That's amazing. Dad sounds like a legend.
He is. And he's really influenced my music taste now, just all the CDs and stuff that he used to play. But we went to it together, and it was such a lovely moment because it's like two generations of sort of Aphex Twin appreciators.
Yeah.
And I was looking at my dad and I was like dancing next to him.
Yeah.
And we were like both sort of going a bit mental. And then there's this song by D Shake called
Right.
Techno Trance.
Right.
and it was used in a Jeremy Deller documentary,
Right.
and we both watched it together. And when we heard it, I heard the line coming in, the and I looked at my dad and we both went, ah! and I didn't use my phone really that much, because it was such a connecting moment.
Yeah.
And it was like such an emotional gig. It was 2 hours and it was utter chaos, which is what I love with music.
Yeah. That's my favourite thing, and that's happening a lot before midnight. We're getting mothers and sons and fathers and daughters coming to the rave, and it's such a beautiful thing. When I was on the radio, you know, because I was on it for so long, people would grow up and listening to me, and then they'd have kids, and then their kids would be in the kitchen dancing on Fridays, and it's that beautiful thing of kind of dance music growing older, and this whole new generation of people being able to enjoy it with the first generation that were there the first time.
Yeah.
It's wicked.
My parents used to do, after dinner, we'd do break dancing and stuff in the living room afterwards. And that was a happy memory as a kid.
I bet. You know, my favourite thing about this swing is the graffiti.
Oh, really?
It's quite Gen Z. There's still the classic, so-and-so's a slag, but it's quite... Where's the one I like?
Big balls.
Yeah, big balls. Oh look, Lexi is a fat shamer.
Oh dear.
So good.
Maybe this is actually the swing of contemplation and...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give me a push?
Yeah, well, I was hoping that one would be free, but...
Give us a push and then I'll push. Oh my God, look at the state of my trainers. Whee!
Trying to see if I can swing next to you. Maybe not.
So your legs are too long
to
actually yeah.
It's really disconcerting.
Oh my God! Francis!
Is it all right?
I'm worried for your safety! because the GoPro's swinging up and I'm worried it's going to whack you on the head.
Really?
Oh God.
I'm going to do an emergency decamp.
Okay, emergency decamp. Here we go. Well done.
Well, I feel like what I'd usually do in this area is go to Bronsbury Park Station. We could pop down there on the scooter and look over at the bridge.
Should we do that?
Oh yeah, I can see here there's a good bump.
Is there a good bump?
Yeah, watch this.
Okay, watch it. Oh, that was good!
And again.
Hours of fun.
I love these trees. I was trying to remember what the name of these trees are.
Is it a plane tree?
Yeah, London plane.
Yeah, I think it's a plane.
And they always look like twiglets at the top.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny because I've been writing this new book, and the hardest thing is how many different ways can you describe the sky or a tree? Yeah. That's a good one though.
Yeah.
Twiglet.
How have you found writing books?
I've absolutely loved it. Especially the initial stage where you're just writing and the story is coming out of you. So I write fiction.
Yeah.
The bits afterwards I find quite hard work, the editing.
Yeah.
And mainly that is because when you get so deep into the story, it's very hard to see the wood for the trees sometimes.
I used to have a gigantic model railway, and I'd look at the local area and I'd try and emulate that in my model railway.
Right, okay.
And I see that in writing as well, wanting it to be as kind of accurate as possible.
Yeah.
It must be quite satisfying.
It is satisfying, but it's also hard, and every detail had to be checked and fact-checked and fact-checked, and it's just so hard, because it's like, God, if I get this wrong, it feels... You know, one little mistake like that can ruin a reading experience. If you are a resident of Belfast, you can be like, nah, that didn't happen. Is that the station there, down there? Yeah, we're going to turn right.
This is the bridge that you can kind of see the trains on if you go to the corner. Because sometimes I just stick my camera over the top.
Seriously?
Or I just peep over.
Do you want me to give you a leg up? Well, actually, I might not. There's a train coming. There's a train coming. Yeah, and you'd feel it. You'd feel it in your body.
There should be a freight train coming through soon.
Okay, so I get to watch you watch a train. This is exciting for me.
There it is. 6 Victor 32,
Right.
approaching Hampstead Heath. So I'd say we've got like about 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Here comes the Class 66.
What? Oh my God, here it comes.
You can have a moment.
Okay, I'm going to stand
contemplate.
behind you because the train driver needs to see you. So just don't knock me out with the GoPro. Oh my God, here it comes. Keep waving.
66.
Do you think
Three
they
or
see you?
I'm not sure.
You got it! That's amazing! I got my Francis Bourgeois moment.
Well, I'm really, really happy with how it's been today and meeting you properly in person.
It's been so fun, you know.
Yeah.
I've loved it. I brought you a present.
Really?
Is that weird?
No.
So I bought you a 7-inch record, and it's just the most happy, euphoric, joyful sounding song that you've ever heard, and it reminds me of you when you see trains. And I thought maybe you might like it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Do you even have a record player? Maybe your mum and dad might.
I actually just bought my brother some turntables.
No way!
Yeah, it's been wicked.
It's been so wicked, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Happy days.
Come on then.
I think, yeah.
I had a great time meeting Annie Mac today. She's really lovely, and one of my takeaways from today is if I ever come across dead space, dead air, I can always